Mostly a security team is thinking about people getting in. And now they're like, actually, the biggest problem potentially is just people just willingly sharing company IP with third-party services. Companies are sending a lot of code to third-party tools. So you need to really know who that vendor is and do you trust them? And do you have contracts with them, and what's their data retention policy, and what happens if you cancel your contract, and are they sharing that code with anyone else, and all that sort of stuff as well. I think that's really important. It's not just for code, it's also for every team. There's always been like this shadow IT thing going on in organizations where people just put their credit card in and buy some SaaS service. Now these things are free, right? So you can just go ahead and use them. But what it means is not so much like a budget creep sort of thing. It's more of a data protection problem, right? So we would normally call it something like data loss protection, where your data can get out because of the actions of staff members or the actions of an attacker coming in. You don't need an attacker anymore. Like, our data is just being sent out to anything. I mean, it wouldn't be that difficult it'd be really easy. I mean, I could do it and I don't even code anymore. To create a service totally for free that uses one of the free AI thingos, just type it in and then it captures all of that content. And now I have, I don't know, whatever a team decided to write and put into the box. And so now we're asking individuals to judge the security of some tool that is actually giving them a benefit in their day-to-day job. And they're not really up for the task. Like, that's not what they're caring about. And so there's a trap there somewhere, which is that your security team internally is probably putting policies in place that says you're not allowed to use this AI tooling unless it's been reviewed and it's been marked off and all that kind of stuff. But it is hard to police. And so what you really need to do is decide how much you're going to lock down what people do, how much you're going to lock down their access to things. But it is tricky, right? So you need to be really on the ball. So it's a whole other security element that the team needs to work on, because mostly a security team is thinking about people getting in. And now they're like, actually, the biggest problem potentially is just people just willingly sharing company IP with third-party services. And if you've already got a nice contract with Microsoft or AWS or Google or OpenAI or something like that, fine, right? You've checked it, you've got a contract in place. Hopefully you trust them, that they've got the accreditations and they're working the way that you expect. But it's putting a lot of faith in those companies, which is fine. They're big companies, but you're also potentially putting the faith in a number of other tools or free things that you download off the internet and play with, and that's a bit of a trap.